of the experts at Arizona Reproductive Medicine Specialists is to help educate people on the difference between ICSI and IVF. And joining me is Dr. Drew Moffitt from ARMS to give us insight. And I said ICSI, but you call it?
We just call it ICSI. ICSI stands for intracytoplasmic sperm injection.
Wow. And then IVF?
IVF is in vitro fertilization. So basically IVF is where we fertilize an egg in the laboratory. ICSI is a way of fertilizing an egg in the laboratory. So IVF is where we just mix the egg and sperm together and let it happen naturally. But when the sperm is abnormal, what we can do is just use a kind of a robotic system where we pick up a single sperm and inject it directly into egg to get fertilization.
And why is this important for those that are wanting to have this type of procedure?
So what happens is we have about 40% of our patients, it's a male problem, and the sperm is bad, and we're worried that it won't fertilize an egg. And IVF can be an expensive procedure, and you don't want it to just crash and burn because you didn't fertilize the egg. So what we do in cases where there's any question is we just pick up the sperm and inject it into the egg, and 75% of the time we'll get the eggs to fertilize, and so it's very, very effective. There almost isn't a male factor problem that we can't treat with ICSI. If we can find a sperm, we can use it. It even works for people who had a vasectomy. Rather than having that vasectomy reversed, we can just basically do the equivalent of a blood draw from the testes, get sperm and inject it into the egg, so it's very effective.
Let's talk about something you said very important, and that is, of course, not always the egg having the problem, but the sperm having the problem. And that's why, again, this is so important to learn some of this stuff so you know what's going on.
Right, yeah. So a lot of people will get discouraged. You know, they'll do one of those home tests and they'll see things are bad, and the guy will just say, well, game over, I'm out, you know. But the reality is there almost isn't, you know, if there's sperm at all, I mean, in an IVF procedure, we'll get maybe 15 to 30 eggs, so we only need 15 to 30 sperm, not 15 million to 30 million sperm. So it's just a game changer, really.
Let's talk about some things that men and women can do to be healthy when they go for this procedure, because that's one thing that's really nice. If they're healthy, then you're going to be able to find those sperms and eggs that are going to work together better.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing on the guy part, and I think we talked about it in an episode before, is don't use testosterone, because if you're not making sperm, we can't get sperm. So you have to be making it, and using testosterone is the big thing that will basically shut off your sperm and make us not able to do that until you get off of it.
Yeah.
So
You also meant about heat for men, that you know, we go into the sauna, we go into the hot tubs. That's not always the best for us, is it?
Yeah, especially in Arizona. I mean, if you're outside riding a bike or doing something like that, you know, it's a big problem.
Yeah. The other thing is to talk. That, I think, what a lot of couples kind of like forget to do is talk about this, especially when they're going through this kind of procedure or they're seeing there's problems.
Yeah, I mean, especially for guys, I mean, there's a big ego thing, and they, you know, it's like it's her problem, not mine. And when they find out it's theirs, they get really discouraged. This technique really allows us to very easily get by the sperm problem, and it's just not an issue anymore. Yeah,
doctors, so important. How long does it usually take to do something like this?
So an IVF procedure will take from the time we talk till the time we have embryos, about 6 weeks.
So, wow, that's amazing. So, all right, let's talk about where they can find more information about this and with ARMS.
At arizonafertility.com, and you can look in the info tab for ICSI, just ICSI, or just in the search bar, and you'll find it.
Perfect. Doctor, thanks for joining us this morning. So it's always good talking to you about these type of health issues. So
great. Thank you.
Also, if you want more information, you can head over to the CW7AZ.com website.
Great.
The preceding portion of the Arizona Daily Mix was sponsored by Arizona Reproductive Medicine Specialists.